Okay, so I don't know how else to introduce this video, so we're just gonna get right into it. I bought this pouch from Target. It was $12, almost $13. And I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So on the inside, on this side we have a zipper pocket and these little pouches. In the middle is just one big pouch, and on this side we have a spot for our pencils and another little pouch, this one without a zipper. Now, something to note here is what I did here. So there was a stitch right here to separate this little section here. I took a seam ripper and removed just this one. That way there would be a little more slack and I could fit another extra pen without ruining the whole thing and putting too much slack in it. So I did seam rip this one. The bag also has a handle here, so you could carry it around just this bag if you wanted to. If like you were sitting in the park or something and you didn't have a bigger bag, but I'm personally going to be putting this in my backpack for when I go on trips and to camp and stuff like that. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is pack the middle pouch here. So I have my mini paint palettes. One is regular colors, they're magnetic. So I have this one with regular colors, and this one here, I guess I'm gonna say with metallic. And they have this little bar here so I can put a clip on it and clip them directly to my sketchbook if needed. So I'm definitely bringing these, so I'm gonna put them in here. Hey, later editor Corinne here. If you have paint in your case like I do, especially so if it's watercolor like me, paper towel. You're going to want to pack paper towel with you because you are going to need to dry and clean those brushes somehow. Put a paper towel in there. And I also mentioned the spot for clips on these. You do not see me put clips in this bag because I can't find where mine went and I need to get some more. But they aren't hard to fit in at all. You can literally just set them right on the top here. And then I am going to bring my pencil sharpener because it is good to always have one on hand, and this one has a built-in container so that way my shadings won't get everywhere, which is great for traveling. Move that around and figure out how to fit them. And then I know I'm going to want my glue stick. This is one of my favorites. It's extra strength craft bond. I put a little face on it. That's just a personal touch though. This one, it's one of my favorite glue sticks I have gotten so far. And the reason I bring a glue stick is because if I am doing watercolor and whatever page in my sketchbook I'm drawing on happens to leak through, it is good to have a glue stick on hand. That way I can go ahead and glue the two pages together. That way there isn't just this annoying, blotchy, gross looking back of a page that you flip through every time you open the book. So I tend to glue two pages together in my book so that way the pages are a little thicker. But that's just me. You can always buy a thicker sketchbook, but it's kind of hard to find a smaller, compact sketchbook the way I like them with thicker pages. So that's just what I do. Then I have my mini pair of scissors that I'm going to go ahead and throw in there. And that should be it for in this spot for now. This side right here with the zipper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some erasers. So I got the classic pink eraser that you probably use in school. I have my kneadable eraser. And then I have an unopened kneadable eraser, because it's good to have extra erasers on hand. Then for this one, I think I'm just going to put some different colored sticky notes in there. Let's go with this gray, this pink, and we'll go with this light yellow, just a classic sticky note color. I like to bring sticky notes with me because I can glue them in my sketchbook to get fun colors added. And also if I need to take a small note or something, I have them. So those are very helpful to have on hand. Now in this pouch, I'm going to put my water brushes. So I have a decent amount of water brushes, but I like having a decent amount, because if, per se, I'm stuck on a bus or something, or I'm somewhere I can't physically refill my water brushes, having multiple full water brushes is helpful, because if I happen to run out on one, then I have a backup. And also they have different tip sizes, which is very helpful. So I'm just going to put these in here. We'll come back around to this side, I'm sure. Okay, now on this side here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by getting my pens done. So these are the 0.5 Sharpie rollers. These are some of my favorite pens to use when I'm on the go. So of course I'm going to be bringing these. Then I personally like to use mechanical pencils. If you like using regular pencils, go ahead, man. You can still fit a pencil sharpener in there like I did, but I like mechanical, so I'm gonna go with those. And the reason I am doing 2 mechanical pencils and 2 of these pens in particular is because they are one of the tools I use the most. So if I were to lose one, like midway through a trip or something, that would be tragic and a problem, because I need them. So that's why we do 2. Now we're going to bring this liner. This one is a brush pen. I have other pens by them, but I actually really like using the basic Sharpie ones, but it is good. I like to have a brush pen around. So now these I bought off Amazon a while ago. They are eraser pencils. So it is a pencil, but there's no lead in it. This is an eraser. It's great for getting fine little points, especially if you're doing a pencil sketch. And that's the only other reason I packed a pencil sharpener, because I have mechanical here. I don't actually need a pencil sharpener, but I can sharpen these, so. Okay, and for this last empty gap, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pick a couple colors out of this, this tower of gel pens. So I'll be right back once I pick my colors. So for my colors, I chose this blue, this red, and a white, of course, for highlighting. So we're just gonna slide these bad boys right in here. That's a pretty nice fit. I do say that I wish I could throw a highlighter in here. I could, but it's kind of bulgy, so we're not going to do that. I'll find somewhere else to put the highlighter. Now, for this side pocket. I know I want to bring my pocket color mixing guide. Big sense longer than this. They just won't. So I know I want to bring that. So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to bring the swatches for my paint, of course. And I'm going to bring my ruler. And actually, I think I'm also going to bring these flashcards, because they are great for making tiny mini paintings. That fits pretty well. Okay. I think this side's done. Now, there are some other things I want to add into here, so I'm going to go back to the other sides and update you when I figure out what goes where. So I really wanted to bring my colorless blender alcohol marker, so I'm just going to put it in here with the water brushes, because it won't fit anywhere else. And it's not like a tool I use a crazy amount, but I really like to use it still, so. And then I also wanted my Posca white paint pen, because I like my white paint pens and my gel pens for highlights, and I like having them on handy. They're very helpful for that. And then I decided to put a seam ripper in here. And I know it's not a sewing box. Maybe I'll make a sewing box in the future and I'll move this to there. but for now I'm putting it here. And I know it's not like a super useful tool like a sewing needle and stuff could be, but you have way more power than you know with a seam ripper, okay ladies? Hear me out here. If a guy is pissing you off, you know, you can go through his closet and seam rip his clothing, okay? And he won't know until he tugs on it too hard and the whole thing falls apart. Not that I'm going to be doing that. It's just a little fun fact, and honestly, there's no reason for this to be in here. I just did it, okay? I'm weird like that. It's fine. Boy. Okay, we're all good. We have water. Hydrate or dihydrate, guys. Hydrate or dihydrate. Drink some water. So I think this is that side done. I really want to add that highlighter still. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this middle piece here, and I'm going to move the scissors. Here, the glue stick's the tallest thing, so it needs to be in the top for it to close. So I'm going to move it like this. Yeah, that closes a little easier. And then I'm going to plop the highlighter down in the bottom there, because it's not a tool I use super often, but it's really fun to put highlighter on your drawing. Sometimes it gives it a pop you would not expect. We're going to put our scissors in there. And then just because I get chapped lips, I have this really tiny homemade lip balm I got at a farmer's market that we're just going to throw in there too, because we're going to finish it nicely in this corner. Just because that is a really nice thing to have on hand. So I think that's the inside done. I'm going to put a keychain on it. Yeah, why not? Let's put a keychain on it. Okay, so I found this sushi clicker that I've had lying around. So we're going to put this on here. Okay? There you go. And then I think I want to put some pins on here. So I'm gonna go find some pins. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and I found some pins. So I'm gonna open up this side, and I'm just gonna set these aside real quick while I get the pins in, and then I'll put them back when I'm done. We're gonna do my dead plate pin, my Undertaker pin, another Undertaker pin, and finally my Rachel Gardner pin. If you couldn't tell, The Undertaker, one of my favorite anime characters by far. I really like Rachel Gardner too, another really peak show. I do, however, kind of switch constantly between whether I like her or Zach more, but it's fine. They're both really great characters. We're just gonna slide. We're just gonna slide all this stuff right back in this pocket. And we should be done. This is everything I have with me in my travel kit. If you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you very much for watching. It means a lot to me. Any questions, ideas, or comments you want to make, go ahead and comment them. I will reply. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!